Hello everyone, welcome my presentation. I will talk about a physics problem. The beginning is a situation. I have a hammer and a nail. This is a nail. The nail have two sides, flat side and split side. When I hammer an iron nail, you apply force on the flat side of the nail. The pointed side of the nail which is in contact with the wall. Then apply the force on the wall and try to pierce it. Now, let me ask you an interesting question. What will happen if you hammer the pointed side and try to pierce the flat side of the nail? You will find it difficult to pierce the flat face of the nail through the wall, even if you apply more force than you did in the first case. What is the reason for this? We are begin the lesson. What is a pressure? Now, we are come back the first situation. What is the reason for this? The reason is that the pressure applied by the tip of the nail on the wall is more than the pressure applied by the nail flat surface. But the question is why? First, notice that the area of the tip of the nail is very less as compared to the area of its flat surface. This tells us that the area of the surface on which the force is applied matters. We will understand this in detail, but first let us define pressure. We define pressure as the force acting on the surface of an object per unit area on which it is acting. It's easy. Force acting per unit area. We already know that the SI unit of force is a Newton denoted by N, and that of the area is a meter squared. So, the SI unit of pressure is a Newton per meter squared. It is also called Pascal, which is denoted by Pascal. Why is it called Pascal? It is given this name to honor the achievement of the French scientist named Blaise Pascal for his contribution in hydrostasis and hydrodynamics. Observe the equation carefully. Error is in the denominator of the fraction. What is this area? Well, this area is nothing but the area on which force is applied. Say I keep the force constant and I keep increasing this area. What will happen to the pressure? Will the pressure increase or decrease? You per mathematical Logic to answer this. If I have a fraction and I keep the term in the numeration constant and keep increasing the term in the denomination, then will the fraction increase or decrease? Surely, it will decrease. So the pressure will decrease if I increase the area, while keeping the force constant. Which did you found now? Let's go back to the example we saw earlier, the nail and the wall. Note that we are also applying the force perpendicular to the surface of the wall. The angle between the nail and the wall is 90 degrees and not anything else. If you note the tip of the nail has a very small area compared to the flat surface of the nail, and hence the area of contact which the wall ready to grease extends in the first case. Hence, the pressure applied by the tip on the wall is greater than the pressure applied by the flat surface. That is why it's easy for the tip of the nail to penetrate through the wall. You can even use drill machine to drill the hole into the wall. You see that it has the pointed tip for the same reason. Now, let's look at other example. I have a knife and a lemon. You can easily cut a lemon using the cut edge of the knife. But if you use the blunt edge of the knife, it will be difficult to penetrate it in. What is the reason in this case? Well, in the first size, the two L might look the same to us, but if you look at them carefully, the cutting L has small tri-line sepal which sub out the points. The other L has nothing of that. So if you cut a vegetable with the cutting L, the area of contact reduces. Hence, more pressure is applied on the vegetable using cutting L of the knife. As you to cut the tree although have sharp cutting L instead of precise one. It increases the pressure on the tree due to the less area to contact. The examples that we are seeing so far are applications of high pressure. It's about how high pressure is useful to us in some cases, but it is not always the case. There are situations where we require low pressure. Let's see some application or advance of low pressure. We use snow saw to work on snow. The reason for that is simple. Due to larger area in contact with the snow, snow saw reduce the pressure of the snow. We are able to work on it without feet sinking deep inside. In case of normal in case of normal source due to comparatively smaller area of contact. The pressure on snow is more and is seen out feet deep inside. Note that a force applied on the snow is a both of scale in the shape. This force is nothing but our well on the snow. Have you ever wondered why the well of an army tank runs on the steel track rather on the groove? Nothing that the wells are on steel track and are not touching the groove. The army tank is a hole in the side. If the well runs on the groove due to less contact area with the groove, the pressure on the groove will be massive. However, the track has much larger area of contact with the groove, and hence the pressure on the groove is reduced to a great extent. Thanks for listening.